Alright, what's going on YouTube? We are here back with another episode in our Unreal Engine series, The Game. Now, I know it's been a while, but I've been, like I said in a previous video, which I don't know if it'll be up quite yet, but it's previously recorded, but I have been busy with a lot of other stuff, so it has taken me away from YouTube, and I'm trying to get back into it right now. And so, first thing we're going to do is, if you haven't done it already, we're going to download 4.19. Now, I have already done it, and let's see, it just needs that update. I've already done it, but you will probably want to pause the video if you've not done it and download 4.18 or 4.19, excuse me, because what we're going to be doing is launching our game and converting it into 4.19. Now, actually, I don't want to launch the game like that. I need to actually close it, and I want to launch the editor and open, so launch the 4.19 editor and launch your game in the 4.19 editor window. So obviously you're just going to click launch, and it's up on my other screen, and it'll be up here in a couple seconds, and then I'll drag it over to show you guys. But you'll want to launch your engine, and then it will do your project browser. Now, we're not going to want to do a new project, but we're going to select the game, our old project, and what we actually want to do is click More Options over here and Convert in Place. And what this will do is this will just update the project to a newer engine version, so that way you can have all the nice, pretty features of the new engine. And that's really all you ever have to do for each new engine version. But I will continuously do this just in case this series lasts into 4.20 or, you know, in the versions after. And, you know, so, but other than that, if you have any issues with this, converting your project, granted it will take a while, but if you have any issues with converting your project, just like message me in the comments, if you will, or on Discord if you've got my Discord, but put some in the comments, we'll get in contact, and I'll try and help you figure out the conversion of your project. Excuse me, had a yawn there. So, this is going to take a bit. Depends on how extensive you've gone with your project. If there's more stuff to compile and more code to convert and whatnot, it's going to take longer. But since I don't have a whole lot to actually convert and a whole lot of code, and whether it's C++ or Blueprint, I don't have a whole lot to convert, so this won't take as long for me, but it will take long enough to where I'm probably going to do a cut here. So I will cut to when it starts up, I guess. Alright, so it started up, and so what we're going to do is just make sure that everything works the way it should, and I think everything will work, but we'll check here. So let me actually just make sure that spawning thing, I don't think actually that spawning, whoa, that's different. Okay, so let's go, that's definitely not working, so let's go into world settings. And, oh, that's not right. So, let's see. Oh, the game mode is what it needs to be set on. If I could click it. Or maybe not. Well, we'll just change it to third-person character, which I believe is what we are using. And that should be fine. Yep, there we go. Okay. Alright. Perfect. Alright. Sweet. So, yes. We are firing. For some reason I was like, why are there not firing noises? And that's fine. We'll get that implemented here. But oh yeah, that's another system I want to implement. Okay, so yeah, most everything works that we've programmed so far, obviously. Let's see, the ammo boxes seem to work. And yeah, everything works. As far as I can tell, I can't really remember anything else that we've done that I'm seeing broken. So everything seems to work. And so with that, that's just going to conclude this conversion. Actually, I don't want to conclude this episode. I'm actually just going to keep this episode going. And what we're going to do is add sounds to the firing. So this is going to be adding sounds to the firing and a conversion episode to convert in place the, obviously, what we've already done, convert the project. So what we're going to do to get the firing make a sound, we're going to have two different sounds, one that fires and one on impact. And so to do that, we're going to want to go to blueprints and let's see, weapons, and then weapon, I believe, weapon gun. Oh no. Is it weapon master then? I think it's weapon master. Yes, yes it is. And so we need to go to our event graph and find where we fire. Okay, so here's where we fire. And so what we want to do after the multicast is let's see. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put the... Actually, I'll just do it here. So, play sound and do play sound at location. And you don't want it to attach to anything, because that's why we're not doing play sound attached. So the attenuation settings and concurrency settings, we don't actually have any defaults, so we're not going to mess with that quite yet. But the location, we're going to get the muzzle spawn transform. Yeah, so we're going to get this name right here and copy it. And we need to get the mesh with control drag and get socket location, paste our name in, put it there, and then the sound should be assault rifle Q. And we'll add other sounds because you can see there's other assault rifle sounds, but that'll be assault rifle Q. So now we need to make an attenuation setting. So what we're going to do is go to blueprints, and I don't see anything for sound. Let's see, yeah, sounds are here, and then, okay, so here's all our ambient loops. Let's just make a new folder called attenuation, because I don't think there's attenuation in any of these. Yeah, I don't see any of those. Okay, so we're going to make a sound, let's see, attenuation file, and call this fire. So what we want is we want the attenuation function to be, let's see, I think it's logarithmic. I'm just going to go with that, and then obviously the attenuation shape, we want a sphere, and then leave the defaults there. This is more advanced stuff that we're actually going to get into later, but as far as I know, let's see, spatialization, 3D spread, normalized 3D series rounds. That should be good, and so I just want to try that out, and I'm going to hit Control-Shift-S to save everything. It doesn't want to save everything, so okay, Control-Shift-S, there we go. And then our attenuation setting is going to be fire. So if we compile, and I'm actually going to change this volume multiplier down to 0.1 just because it's going to be really loud otherwise, and I don't want it to be loud. Maybe it's not loud enough. So 0.5. Let's see, what errors are we getting? No, it's just Okay, I might have this wrong with logarithmic, so I'm going to keep it linear. And Control-Shift-S, play. So it's not playing. Actually, it could be because of the queue. If the queue is not set up properly, then we are in trouble. I'm going to do stereo. Oh no, never mind. Assault rifle. Shot loop. Okay, no, the queue's all set up, so I just have the wrong sound. Shot loop queue. I shouldn't need a concurrency setting. I don't believe I do, but I could be extremely wrong in that. Let's just try natural sound. No, it's not working. Okay, so I'm going to keep that linear, save that, but instead of doing this, I want to, or instead of doing play sound at location, I'm going to try a different play sound because there is a difference in the different play sounds. So I'm going to actually do play sound 2D, and then we will, if I could think, give me a second. Shot loop queue, but this doesn't have any attenuation settings. Oh well, we'll just try it and see what it does. It's not doing anything, and that could be my bad because I'm just now realizing I might have Unreal Engine muted. No? Don't have. Okay, so let's look at our sound settings, project settings, sound, or audio, excuse me, audio, sound concurrency. No, that's VoIP. We want some high sample rates for our VoIP. That actually does not matter because we're not dealing with that right now. Sounds, disable, allow center. Okay. So I'm not seeing anything wrong with our sound. So we're just doing something wrong, which tells me that I just should test, excuse me, if this works. Okay, so none of these are... Okay, so that works. So it just must be... Oh. I see. These aren't connected. I'm just highly blind, which is fine. So let's see. Shoot, how do we... I don't mess with cues, so I need to figure out how to set this up. Monitor or modular attenuation. Will it accept? No, it won't accept 2. Okay. So I'm just gonna... gonna take, okay, so these are all the different shot loops. Looping, wave, wait, let me see. Oh, these are the stereo ones, and these are the mono ones. Okay, so I'm just gonna connect that. Excuse me, I'm gonna connect this to that, and okay, That sounds good. So, but it doesn't stop playing it, so. Play sound. I want play sound at location. Shot loop. This location, these attenuation settings, excuse me. And then I need to figure out, okay, save it, Control Shift S. And then let's see. So that just infinitely goes, which is obviously not what we want. So let's try this. That's our attenuation. No, that doesn't help. Great, fantastic. So that tells me that this is not what we want because of the way that it continuously loops, and I actually honestly don't want to keep I don't want to waste time sitting here figuring out why it's looping infinitely and infinitely, because obviously I should be it should be like not gosh, I cannot think today. It shouldn't be continuously looping like that. So so these are all single shots. And those, okay, we're just gonna go with this. And then keep my attenuation on fire. Okay. And then we are going to use this. Never mind. Assault rifle Q. If it would select. Okay, save everything up, play, and then press X. Oh, I forgot. Okay, so that seems to work, but our automatic fire doesn't work, but that's fine. I wanted to try one other thing. I wanted to shoot and run. We're getting a good surround sound, so that's good. As we should, so the attenuation's doing good. That's good to hear, literally. Okay, so that's that, and I feel like we could go on with adding other sounds, which wouldn't be too difficult, like reload sounds, which we already have used. Let's see, impact concrete. Oh, okay. Oh, this would be a good, easy one to implement. So click on this, click on your ammo box, but if it's not in your world, go to blueprints, pickups, ammo, and then ammo or master ammo, and then obviously on component begin overlap, then do let's see, let's just move this back, I suppose. Play sound at location, ammo, pick up Q, and let's actually, yeah, no, wait, does it work? Let's just make sure it works, so that way we're not going insane. It doesn't work, so let's make it work with the stereo attenuation, and we can actually use the same attenuation fire. But we're gonna mess with attenuation later because I've got some really cool things that I wanted to show you with that. Anyways, let's grab Ammo Master, edit Ammo Master, And then, of course, like I was saying, we want to, well, we made sure that that works, and then the attenuation, we already have it set on the ammo. So location, get actor location, and then self is fine, because obviously that's what we're doing. And then we can just save that up, and waste the ammo. Okay, so I found an issue here. Even if we don't need the ammo, it will play the sound, so that just means I need to move where this plays, and this should play after, let's see, yes, it should play right here. Hold on. Then I need to duplicate it, or nope, so that it doesn't run to that destroy actor, because that would run into problems very quickly that I would just have to go back here, waste time, and solve, so I might as well fix it while I'm here. So as we can see, it shouldn't be making that noise. Oh, that's, wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, I already see some bugs in our... Indeed. I see some bugs in our ammo system. And I know it's kind of hard to see bugs when there's like just... It's kind of just a spaghetti mess. But it's something that we'll fix later. But then let's see, what other sounds could we implement? Assault rifle equip. We'll do that later, but since we spawn in with it, well, Oh, here's a good one. Weapon master. So if we don't have any ammo, let's see, can fire. If we cannot fire, then that's a general indication of either it's jammed, or we're out of ammo, or we don't want the player to fire, or we are reloading, and so we don't want the player to excuse me, make a, shoot the gun. So we're gonna do the empty sound, empty Q, and let's just make sure that that works. It does not, so excuse me. Let's do this, and do this, and do that, just to make it quick, and let's just save everything up right now, and let's get the, yeah, that's actually perfect. Okay, so if I... have an empty sound now. And it would be really good if we had a, what's the word? If we had like a scoping sound. But actually, let's see, what is, no. I actually like that sound. We can use that for equipping, yeah, we can use that for equipping and and scoping, but actually I want to do the impacts first, because maybe we can find a different sound later on. Maybe. Projectile. No, actually, I don't know why I'm looking in here. I need to look in stereo. Reload, that's just reloads and equips. Other than that, I don't see... Yeah, I'm not seeing any... Wait, fully body moves. Aim. Boom. Perfect. Okay. Okay, I see. There's some different sounds, but I want to use this aim for... Okay, that's good. I'm glad that I found that. But anyways, let's get the impact done here real quick. So on the projectiles bullet, before we destroy, let's just play a sound of... What is it? Impact Q sounds good. Let's just get fire there. Control Shift S. So if you can't hear it, that's kind of an oxymoron. If you can not hear that it's not playing, if we shoot a certain distance, that's because of the attenuation. So actually, we'll fix the attenuation later, but excuse me. Let's get the one last thing for the player, third-person character. Search that. Open this guy up, and when we aim down sights, let's just put a little sound for aim, and then both of these will do such, and fire. Control Shift S, play. Well, that's good. Sweet. So we're getting some good sounds in our game. We're having a sound for practically everything, and we've even got some other sounds that are going unused, but I'm sure you guys can find a use for if you really wanted to. But other than that, let's see. Yeah, these are just ambient sounds. Yeah, we don't want any more of those. So other than that, I think that we can wind down this episode of currently getting most of these sounds implemented, and obviously at the beginning of this episode the project converted. So thank you for watching. If you learned a little something from how to create sounds and how to create attenuation and kind of understanding the fact of where to put sounds and when to put them, and being mindful of the order in which things execute, because there's been multiple times where, you know, we don't want to put the sound after the destroy actor. I haven't really explained this, but let me explain it real quick. That if we put the sound after the destroy actor, the actor will be destroyed and the code after it won't play. So we need to play the sound first and then destroy the actor immediately after. And then there's some other things that are pretty self-explanatory. These have the same action, so we can just connect them. But other things, like on the ammo, we wanted to do two separate sounds, because otherwise one of them would have led to the destroy actor if we connected both of them to the same sound. So there's just different situational things that you might want to keep in mind and be aware of, and may cause a bug or this or that when it's just really, I don't want to say, what's the word? I don't want to say it's the programmer's fault without saying it's the programmer's fault, because it's just, you just keep in mind certain things need to be in order. So if there's a bug, it's probably if you messed with the sound and there's a bug that something's not happening in the right order, or something's happening when it shouldn't, just because a sound played and that's the only thing you've changed. Look at the order that you put it in and what you've connected to where when you do the sound. So that's just a big tip that I would highly advise you to keep in mind. But other than that, if this did help you, please like, comment what you appreciate about this, or what I should have done different, or what you want to see next. And then of course subscribe for more videos like this, and stick around, because we're gonna be you know, throwing out some gameplay of just like normal full-fledged games like Fortnite and whatnot, and then we're going to be doing some more tutorials in Unreal Engine, and hopefully some Unity stuff. We'll see how that goes. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.